Welcome to the first ever episode of No Vacancy.
Zach and I have wanted to start a podcast for about 2 years, I think. So we thought we'd put it on our channel first, see how it goes, and probably on a week-to-week basis. Um, you guys can send in topics that you want us to talk about. But yeah, so let's get started. So you and I have been friends for what, 10 years now? Just about?
Yeah, about like 2000. Yeah, like
met,
10 years.
We met each other in the basically beginning of 8th grade.
Right.
Is when we first actually met each other.
Which is 2011. Yeah, so about 10 years.
Yeah. I definitely knew of you. And I know why I knew of you, because first of all, in 6th grade you were about what, 6 foot, 6'1", probably.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, probably.
Definitely can't miss somebody with a Slurpee straw neck walking down the hall. And I also know why I know of you, because you and your little band of cronies used to cook me for my hair, which incidentally, it doesn't look much different than it does now, than it did 10 years ago. And don't say you didn't take part in that, because I know you did.
Yeah, he said band of cronies.
They were.
I wouldn't say I took part. I was a bystander. I should have raised my hand and said bullies on deck.
And I think another way we knew each other is we kind of had some friends that were in each other's friends group. Like, I had some of the same friends that you did. You had some of the same friends I did.
Right.
But let me tell you, I was cautiously optimistic about wanting to get new friends. I wasn't allowed around the block on my bike until I was about 10. So you can see why I was cautiously optimistic. Up until that point in my life, I was very reserved. And I just sort of lived life like that. So that gives you a little bit of context of the way I was from around 6th grade to the beginning of 8th grade. So that's probably why we didn't know each other all that well. I wanted new friends, but I just rather reserved.
Rather reserved. He just took a sip of coffee.
It's actually water.
Oh, shit. Oh, shoot.
Thanks. I think we can allow a little bit of profanity on here.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So, we probably remember it 2 different ways of how we met, but some of it is probably basically the same.
So when you say like when we met, we're talking about like 8th grade.
Like
now?
in 8th grade, yeah.
Like 8th grade science class?
Yes. In Mr. Tucker's, what was it, biology? What did we even
I don't even know.
Earth
Natural
science?
Something like that.
Something like that.
So I got moved for talking to someone during class, and the teacher moved me to a spot where at the time I didn't want to move to.
And first of all, why was I sitting in the back all by myself?
By yourself.
When I was
He was sitting in the back all by his lonesome.
I was quiet. Don't know why I was all by myself, but continue.
So I get my books, I move up, and he tells me to move next to Connor, which was someone sitting by himself in the back of the classroom. I was like, oh my god, like, this kid, for all I know, could have a freaking sword in his back pocket. I wouldn't even know about it. So I sit down, we're doing an assignment, and first off, I obviously don't know what the assignment was because I was talking. So you had to like look in the book and figure out like stuff in the pages and draw a picture to match like what he was asking.
I'm pretty sure it was like a worksheet with like a column that you had to draw, like
It's
an
pretty bad when
illustration
we
of
can-
it,
Right, we can remember it.
and then next to it you had to have like a description of what it was that you were drawing.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, if you're that bad of an artist, I don't think like you should be doing that anyways. But yeah.
So I sit down, and I see Connor just going off on his work, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, I need to ask him. So I look over and I was like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, Nothing, bro. Just drawing a creek in California, and I was like, that sounds like the answer to me. And literally from there on,
And for all I knew, for all intents and purposes, that probably was not the right answer. Let
But
me
you know
tell
what?
you.
Who cares? Because
Let me tell you. And I mean, like I said, I don't know why I was sitting by myself. There was what, 32 kids in that class, or give or take.
yeah, so basically, I kind of corrupted you because you went from sitting by yourself in the back of the room to me, then leading to you getting kicked out of the
Classrooms
class.
multiple times. Yes.
Multiple classrooms at
Multiple
times.
classrooms, yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, I could be wrong. We had a couple classes with each other that year. Because, did you have like the same teacher all year? Or was it
Yeah,
like
I think
each
so.
semester you changed a teacher?
I don't remember.
I think it was you had the same teacher all year. But I know we had,
We had language arts together.
I know that. And then, did we have gym class together?
No. See, like
Or
we
did
did,
you?
but we did, but we didn't because
Oh,
I would.
yeah.
I had art during the same time as Connor having gym, and a bunch of the friends were in there. So I was like, you know what? I'll just say I'm going to the bathroom. I'll come in. I'll come in the gym class, play a little basketball, and then just go back. When
Right.
The bell rang when class was over.
Which, hey, nobody knew the difference.
It was kind of fun.
But you know what's funny, I think? We sat at the same lunch table before we had that whole interaction in Mr. Tucker's Earth Science class.
With who?
This is what I'm like.
Actually, don't say who.
We had overlapping friends.
Yeah.
We had some of the same friends that each other had. So I think we obviously probably sat at the lunch table with them.
I think you're right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, so my whole thing was when you were moved next to me, I was, again, cautiously optimistic of trying to be your friend. I was A-okay with you cheating off my paper because I figured, hey, if he's cheating off my paper, probably thinks I'm relatively smart. And he's talking to me, so there's a plus.
But you just said before, like, you don't even know if that was the right answer.
I don't.
So you
I don't know if it
could
was
have
right
just
or
given
not.
me a 0.
But
Did I care?
yeah,
No.
potentially. But yeah, I was like, he's talking to me, we could try to spark something out of this. And
Hey, why'd you go like try to
Chicken Nate. But for the life of me, I don't remember what happened after that.
up until like
After
the summer?
up until or after I said there's very sporadic memories of
Exactly.
after a creek in California,
Right.
but minutes, even hours, days after that, I don't remember.
I remember like a few memories.
Maybe it's just because they all sort of blurred together into just a conglomeration of the things that we used to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely things that I do remember.
Oh yeah.
And this is one thing I remember because I almost died. You probably know what I'm talking about.
He almost died.
This was I think this was a couple, maybe a month after we became actual friends.
When we rode bikes on Outer Drive and
No,
almost
no,
got
that was in the summer.
But we still almost died. But that was just in the summer.
Yeah, that's just in the summer. Whole different topic.
So what are you talking about then?
I think this was a month maybe after we became actual friends. We were sitting at lunch, and I had a pickle. I got a pickle in a bag for lunch.
I remember.
Just one lonesome pickle.
With a bunch of freaking pickle juice in it.
Yeah,
or pickle water.
there was just
I don't think it was juice. It was just water.
It was just water.
Bong water. I gotta cut that.
But do you remember what happened?
I do remember that. Yeah.
I
You
took
want me
a
to say?
pickle
Or do
out
you
of
want me
my
to say?
lunch bag, and the look on your face when I did that, I don't know why I did that.
You lost friend points for sure.
Oh, definitely.
I said, no,
Definitely.
we're going back to before moving to Creek, California. We're
I
going
know,
back there.
yes, I know your exact thoughts. You were like, do I really want to be this piggle loving kid as friend? Probably not.
Hey, but I was.
But I think the thing that I redeemed myself with is I know I looked at you and I said, watch this. Put the pickle in my mouth and said, started sucking it in and out of my mouth.
I was like, okay, sweet. Everyone could do that.
And then I said,
And he choked on it.
too hard.
Guys, you could see the pickle in his throat. It was like this. And he was like, and then it went, shot back out onto the table. I was like, he's awesome. I was like, dude, you're my friend now for sure.
I definitely redeemed myself after that. After almost a near death experience, I think that's what it finally took to win over each
Yeah.
other's friendship.
And then after that is just
And then after that, yeah, it was basically
either you
just,
could say it was downhill or you can say it was uphill.
I think there's a combination of both. I mean, a downhill to that could be, I remember you got me in trouble in Mr. Tucker's class for probably doing something that I know we weren't supposed to be doing.
Oh, okay. You go. I got a story after then.
And we had these stupid things called focus cards, which was like, what was it, 2 signatures and you get a detention or something?
2 in one day.
And if you didn't have it, it was an automatic detention. Me, I didn't have it. Probably a couple weeks ago, I would have had it if you never sat next to
Yeah,
me.
he didn't have it, and yeah, it's my fault.
Probably would have had it if you never sat next to me. But I didn't have it. And I was not quick to jump and say, hey, I don't have it. But I remember our teacher, Mr. Tucker, he said, bring me your focus card. And I said, I've tried to de-escalate the situation.
He said,
Let's just say
yeah, I
that.
remember you did.
Just tried to de-escalate the situation. I said,
Let's just say you're a dirty ass man for doing this.
hey, very, very.
All right, but go on.
So like I said, I tried to de-escalate the situation, and I probably said, Mr. Tucker, can you find it in the very deep depths of your heart not to sign my card? He said, why is that? Because you don't have it? I said, partially right. Anyways, I didn't have it, and only way out of getting a detention was to clean his, lack for better words, Teenage Mutant Ninja turtle tank.
It honestly looked like someone put a green bath bomb in there. And then, you know what it actually looked like? The fish tank from Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had more than one rock stuck in there for sure.
I don't think there was any animals in it.
Yeah, he said turtle tank, and I don't even think there was a turtle.
There was
in it.
nothing in it.
It was just an algae tank.
It was yeah, it was plankton tank.
Plankton tank.
I stuck my hand in there. He didn't give me gloves. No, nothing. What did he even need me to do?
I don't know.
That's the whole thing.
Best thing is this is during class.
Mm-hmm.
This is during class. Connor is just literally like, if you did a panorama of the class, everyone's just looking at the front of the class, and then as you turn to the left, you just see Connor over there like this.
I had a squeegee.
You had a Mr. Clean in his hand.
Yeah, I did. Like I said, I don't know what the purpose of it was, because I'm pretty sure it was always algae-fied. But yeah, there was that. I remember that because my hand smelled like Detroit Zoo.
Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, honestly, it did.
What other memories do we have that are just...
Do you remember we had to do a PowerPoint together?
Okay, so it's like one of the first times I go to hang out at Connor's house, and we had to do a PowerPoint. You know, I just realized these are all in the same teacher's classroom.
Yeah.
All right. So we're doing a PowerPoint for Mr. Tucker again, and we grouped up together. I don't know why he let us do that.
I don't know.
I think we hid that we were friends just for the sole fact that we
Yeah.
could still mess around in class.
Right.
So we have to do a PowerPoint on, I don't even know like what it was, but all I know is that we did random slides throughout the whole PowerPoint.
It was, you had to pick a chapter in our book.
What do we do, volcanoes or something?
We picked floods.
We did pick floods.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we did floods, but we did 6 hours of putting Sid the Sloth on our title
Yeah,
page.
we watched Ice Age for,
Yeah, we watched bloopers on Ice Age and all that for about 4 hours probably.
yeah, about 4.
And I honestly don't remember one slide of that PowerPoint, but all I know is that we got an A, and I don't even think we presented it, honestly.
I do remember a couple of those slides. Well, the one thing I do remember is I remember we were using my dad's laptop because none of us had the means to actually make a PowerPoint.
Obviously, we were like
Because-
13.
From what I remember is you could pick what you wanted to do. If you wanted to do it like in a collage to present your topic, or like on a poster board, or you could do a PowerPoint.
I think you're right, yeah.
For some reason, why did we pick a PowerPoint?
I don't know.
And it's not like he gave us class time to do it. Well, let me retract that statement. He probably did give us class time to do it.
But when he says, all right, class time now is for PowerPoints or whatever, we said,
Yeah, class
let's draw
time.
some sloths on each other's tests.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember we were messing around. We were watching Ice Age, and my dad comes like halfway up the stairs, and all I remember is him saying, it doesn't sound like you're doing that damn homework."
I know. And I was like, I gotta go.
So I was like, no, yeah, we are. And we did
A title page.
a total of, 5 slides maybe? One of them was a title page. 2 was a man falling into a pond on his bike, with the next slide saying, "This is what happens in floods."
When it's flooding, everyone on a bike just falls in it.
It just falls in it. 4, I think, was probably Nosferatu, to be honest.
See, I don't even remember
That creepy vampire from SpongeBob. And I think that was it.
that. And we got an A on that.
We got an A on it. We probably BS'd our way through half of it, and only showed one slide at any given moment, and like just finger bang through the rest of them. But
Oh my gosh. All right, bro, we need to like skip a couple years because like this
yeah,
is kind of cringe.
Uh,
The fact that we watched Sid from Ice Age literally for 4 hours straight. We
we
don't still
did
do that, I
No,
promise.
No. Moments.
Yeah. That's true, actually. Moments for sure.
And you called me the other day to and we talked about the mud wrestling scene from Shrek for about 45 minutes.
That
What
is
did
a
you call
fact.
it? I forgot what you
That is
called
a-
it.
That is a fact, bro.
Mud arena.
I said a motorita.
Yeah. We talked about that for about 45 minutes.
We did talk about the motorita for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We actually did for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
While we were supposed to be taking finals.
also another fact.
Yeah. But yeah, I like I feel like a lot of our memories definitely come from high school because they're more recent.
And we're also together
Yes,
every day.
every day. But like there's definitely a couple more things that like what are some other things that we did when we first met I don't know if that was you though. In language arts class, this is a whole different class. Wouldn't you know?
With the spring in the corner?
Uh,
Or were you scared, Miss
well,
Jusho?
the spring in the corner is that's probably something we should talk about.
I don't know if we can talk about that.
I don't think so. I don't even know words that would be able to describe that.
There's no words to describe it. I'll describe it as this boing 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 boing.
Yeah. Were you the one that hid under that table?
Nope, that was not me.
It wasn't?
No.
I remember that so vividly, though.
I know who it was.
I do too.
It wasn't
Now
me.
that you're saying
Wait,
that it wasn't you.
I was gonna say, then why'd you ask me?
Now that you're saying it wasn't you, I know who it was.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't really remember anything else from that class all that much.
From like middle school.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember that much
There's,
from middle school.
There's a couple.
Well, because it was
like,
eighth grade, so like we only
Yeah.
had half a year,
Right.
or like a year. So,
Um,
but high school, oh,
Yeah. I mean, you could even say that we just furthered our companionship meeting each other in high school.
and then we started dating like junior year of high school,
Yeah. And
officially.
high school sweethearts. Ninth grade, dude.
I don't remember any. I remember from
I
like
don't-
10th grade.
I
I remember
hardly-
10th grade on, because 10th grade, I think is when.
Well, there's a couple things that I remember from, like,
From
well, I
ninth
guess
grade?
this could be a whole different topic of, like, some of our experiences high school.
Okay.
But I'll say one thing. Let me say that our high school dance experiences were buns. We only had we hit a 50%.
A 50% what?
We didn't go 4 for 4 on those.
Wait, hold on.
But
No, see, even sophomore year homecoming was.
see, but that's something we can talk about at a later date. That's something I definitely remember. Was not having a all too optimistic dance experience. That's why I said we went 2 for 4. We went 2 for 4.
Yeah, we'll save another podcast time, and we'll save another
Talking
episode
about that, yeah.
to talk about 10th grade and
Yeah, and on.
memories.
I
or
think
funny moments.
Yeah, I think we definitely need to dedicate a full episode to
We will
our
do that next.
senior year of high school,
Yeah, that's true.
because that was different. Senior year summer, that was different in a lot of different ways. But
That was crazy, dude.
But yeah, I mean, our full journey started in a earth science class. Who would have known? None of us even like science all that much.
Yeah, my major's only exercise science.
Yeah, that doesn't really count. Not science-based at all.
What the fuck?
My major's not political science.
Yeah, sick.
So yeah.
Oh, smart guy.
But yeah, anything else that you have to say about it?
I mean, it's just funny that. It's not even funny. It's just crazy that was already like 10 years ago.
10 years. We were
And we were like 13.
13?
We're gonna be like 22.
I am
I'm gonna be
22.
22.
You'll be 22. That's crazy.
I know. The fact that all of the last year of middle school, all of high school, all of college, we've
All
known
of
each other.
college, yeah.
And now, next chapter after.
And here's where our streak ends.
Hey, speaking of streak, our Snapchat streak is actually 1,300.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. Maybe brutal wasn't the right word for that.
Yeah, no, that was just weird.
Astronomical.
Oh, yeah, good one. It's actually 1,291. I'm not even kidding.
I see, and I remember the day we started that.
Oh, we started it before even college, and now we've graduated college.
We started it, what, like a month before we went to school?
Yeah, something like that.
I remember the exact moment. I know exactly where we were sitting.
Yeah, we were at a park with one other person.
Yeah, sitting on a merry-go-round, talking about something that...
Dude, we can't. Oh my gosh, bro.
I just know we were talking about something.
We were talking about something,
Yeah,
and that's where we're leaving it at.
and that's where we'll leave it off. But 10-year journey in the making, right here
To now, sitting,
in my bedroom,
Yeah, sitting in my basement, FaceTiming you
in quarantine,
in quarantine.
quarantini. Nobody
Yeah,
would
la
ever thought.
quarantina, huh?
Nobody would ever thought. But I'm glad that we can make one of our things, our aspirations of wanting to do a podcast. I'm glad we can make that come to fruition. And
Yeah, and we know that this one's probably not gonna be the best one.
Right.
Obviously, it's the first one. And as we do this more, we're obviously going to be more, we're going to be, how do I say
It'll
this?
flow a lot better.
It will flood.
It'll flood. We'll do a whole report on how it will flood,
It will flood.
and we'll show you the PowerPoint.
Oh my gosh, dude. If you still have that, that's insane.
They still have that laptop.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I guarantee they still
If
have
we
it.
actually can, if you can find that, leak that, because that is something I
will.
want to see.
I think I'm going to make that my task to track down that PowerPoint. I'm pretty sure I still have that science book.
So you stole the science book.
Borrowed it.
Mr. Tucker, that was probably, he's
I borrowed it.
65.
I
then.
borrowed it.
He probably is dead now, sadly enough.
Ah,
How are you going to pay him back?
no.
Go to his grave and just
Pop the book back down there.
or you bury it?
Yeah. But I didn't steal it. I've just overextended the due date.
Oh my gosh, dude.
But yeah, like I said, I'm glad that we could do this. I think good things can come out of this. Like I said earlier, if you have topics yourself that you want to talk about, we can definitely like open it up to what other people want to hear. Because I think we can do something with it.
And lesson learned now is to just pay yourself in memories. Like nothing ever beats that.
Right.
Because we literally can sit here and just talk. Obviously, we've only said a few, like 2 or 3, and there's probably hundreds, probably thousands that we have.
Oh, definitely.
And you just sit back and laugh and just smile at, that's with one person you can make that many memories and just talk about for that long. It's just, honestly something special. So just pay yourself in memories. That's the bottom line.
And I think that's kind of going to be our whole message with this podcast is our whole friendship has just been based off of making memories and making each other laugh. And that's
Big ups, my guy.
Yeah. And I hope with this podcast we can
extend
that onto you guys and give you guys something to look forward to. Like I
And
said,
something to laugh at.
probably every week. I think we can dedicate this little bit amount of time.
Bro,
There's a bat in your house.
I think so. Is someone trying to break into my
There's a
basement?
bat in your house. I forgot that you're in your basement.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I was gonna do something really ugly, but I'm not doing it.
Well, you kind of already committed yourself.
Something's literally creaking right in front of me, and nothing's here.
It's a centipede.
Oh, speaking of me being in my basement, I open this this closet right here, and there's no toys in here. I open it up, something starts laughing at me, and I'm like, immediately shut the door. I run upstairs. I'm like, okay. Nothing's even in here besides tools and stuffed animals. Like, what could be possibly laughing at me? So I come down here again to paint my cabinets. Something's laughing again. I'm like, okay. And this time I didn't even open anything, so nothing.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
While you were talking about that, my light just flickered on and off.
I'm actually getting scared, bro.
I'm
getting scared.
This is something that.
Okay,
Yeah.
we should probably just end this. It's already 10 o'clock.
Really?
Yes, it's 10:11.
That's why. That would explain it. That's when all the ghosts and goblins come out.
What is it, Scooby-Doo?
That's when all the ghouls come out.
It's where all the ghouls come out. Dude, I haven't eaten dinner yet, and it's already 10:11, so
What are you
I
gonna
probably
eat?
should do that. Chicken.
That actually sounds slap. I already
Chicken
ate dinner
wings.
though. Ooh,
Buffalo chicken.
teriyaki.
No, Worcestershire.
Mango habanero.
That's another. Nah.
Yeah, that's another. I'm wearing a Baby Yoda shirt, by the way.
That's horrible.
No, dude,
But
look.
Wow.
Dude, Baby Yoda is the epitome of a Cutie pie.
On that note, thanks for tuning in, guys.
And see you next week.